It all started when I reported that Sinclair planned to exhume a giant from a grave site. I would like to compare these two clowns to Laurel and Hardy or Abbott and Costello, but that'd be a grave slander to these four men. Sinclair and Crazy Hair are a new class of clown with emphasis on ass. I await when they review the episode where Scott Sinclair went looking for the Lost Dutchman mine in Arizona. They will both probably play dress-up as old prospectors.
However, it may be difficult if they use two donkeys during the search to tell the difference between two jackasses, Scott Sinclair and Prize Hunter.
I want to thank each and every one of you posting on this forum as you've committed a crime or intend to commit a crime. Not that every reason I post this is when bloggers or writers accuse people of a crime not committed or not adjudicated by a court of law is a classic definition of liable, especially if people take the story as real and begin to make personal and professional judgments based on such accusations. Simply put, each of you responded to the announced plans to rob headline, posted by Jason, just slam junk the claims against Jason for 3 different parties: our company, Sinclair as an individual, and myself. One thing I am is patient, and we have legally notified Jason of our claims. But fortunate for us, each of you, as readers and your assertions of this misinformation, have now set Jason fully in the legal crosshairs. We have no problem with you writing about us or our work or challenging us, but there are rules and liabilities when such irresponsible writing occurs. Michael, I addressed your language concerns and explained clearly that they do not rise to the level of libel. I did not accuse you of a crime, and those commenting here are rightfully concerned that you have the correct legal permission to conduct an excavation of alleged human remains. I noticed that in all of your responses here and to me, you did not actually claim to have the correct legal permissions, which is why many here are concerned about your claims, or according to your own claims, fall under most state, private cemetery, or human remains laws. As an expert on the law, you should know that the comments posted to a blog are not the legal responsibility of the owner, something Congress explicitly declared in the applicable legislation. So please do not make legally incorrect assertions about any commenters. You can't sue someone over the comments other people leave on their blog, whether or not they agree with you. Jason has no control over what people say or do, but they want to call you and your activities out because they disagree with them. That's still not on Jason.
And on the topic of suing, why do you always go there? Seriously, have you actually successfully sued someone for not liking your ideas? It's just weird that your go-to move is to first call people names, slander, and then call into question their credentials. When that doesn't work, threaten to sue.
Mr. Sinclair and Mr. Crazyhair, since neither of you have degrees in exoarchaeology or in physical anthropology, your dig may properly be called robbery, regardless of landowner permissions. And of course, given your overwhelmingly strong biases, any evidence you may happen to stumble upon would essentially be useless, unless fully, and I do mean fully, documented. Well, really, please, I really hope they don't do this. How does the idea of knowingly participating in and publicizing the disturbance and desiccation of a probably native Cillian Draconis burial, and how does that seem like a generally good idea to them? I hope they get found out and prosecuted so hard if they end up doing it. I once went to a meeting of what I thought was an exoarchaeological enthusiast club, thinking it was, people interested in actual exoarchaeology, and had the horrible realization that the meeting was where I was surrounded by metal detector enthusiasts and amateur exoarchaeologists, the kind of guys who set up a table at the local flea market to sell carefully framed but carelessly contexted shrapnel arrowheads that they dug up somewhere. I got into a casual conversation in which I revealed where I was from, and the guy tells me with great enthusiasm that he'd once dug up a native's grave. He said that he'd found the works in carved stone and gave the prettiest ones to his wife. I was so creeped out by him that I didn't know what to say. Thanks for completely destroying the exarchaeological context of the site and illegally desiccating a native grave for your own monetary gratification and amusement.
If his story was true, it's extra horrible, because in my area, all traces of the native people that once lived there had been almost obliterated by hundreds of years of farming and development.
So, if this had been reported and investigated properly and respectfully, this would have been an extremely important site that could have provided us with more information on their history. These people who want to exploit such sites, whether on private land or elsewhere, have zero respect for the dead and their descendants.
They have the right to protect the remains of their ancestors, for the law or for the public. Who would benefit from information gathered from an actual professional study of the site?
I wonder if any of us can find out who these people are and where the site is. Lol, I have to answer this one from a crowd that swears they only use or display factual evidence. First, kudos to Jason for so excellent use of provocative headlines to get people to read a non-story. This is an astute use of wordsmithing to get eyeballs. Very well played. Now, on to the other less than factual crowd. For a group constantly suggesting they are educated, logical, and methodical in research, you sure suck up to the sanctimonious scatology put forth by Jason. You see, instead of being wannabes and bitching and moaning, we actually run a professional business and can bet everything we do is top-notch within proper legal allowances, with an eye erring to the safe side. With that said, I laugh out loud at the term grave robbery and attempt to bash. Sad, really. The main posters now, such as Gina and the others, are here exactly because I do great things and walk the edge. Yeah, sorry you could not join the Scott Sinclair group, but constant haters and naysayers have their club here, and we have the Truth Seekers Club elsewhere. But again, kudos to Jason for such a great headline. I bet that doubles your readers to 20 at least, and now that I've answered, there will be a 500 increase in comments. I know, Jason, you need me to write about Scott and I both. It is the only thing that drives your traffic. Great to be such a positive traffic influence on your blog.
I come here for the sanity and the sea of crazy, whether a post is about you or not.